Hi, it's Mickey the Yogi. Welcome to your release class. This experience will start with grounding breath work, and then we'll find gentle movement to build a little bit of heat into the body. And then we'll find restorative and yin long, slow holds at the end of our class. I'd like you to have a bolster, a big pillow, anything that feels really supportive to sit on in the beginning of our class. I'd also like you to grab 2 blocks and have them at the top of your mat. We'll start this class by finding big sways side to side in the upper body. This movement might start out really big, and then eventually, as time goes on, this movement will get smaller, softer, gentler, and then your body will naturally come to a pause in its own time. From here, you might close your eyes completely or soften your gaze. Today's class is all about being present and moving with intention. Every breath has a purpose. Every movement has a purpose. Every transition has a purpose. Speaking of intention, let's start with an intentional breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. We're observing the breath here. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth. And you can continue these next few breaths at your own pace. While you're breathing, I'd like you to observe what you feel and what you notice about your breath. You might observe the texture of your breath, the temperature of your breath, maybe even noticing the pauses between your inhales and your exhales. A lot of times we live life on autopilot. For example, we'll get in our car, go from point A to point B, and all of a sudden we're already there. We haven't stopped to notice anything along the way. The colors and the shapes of the cars passing by, the crisp air entering our windows, the smiling pedestrians with their pets walking on the sidewalk. We just know that we arrived. But I'd like for this class to be the scenic route. I want you to notice all the subtleties in your breath, in your body, and all the things along the way. So we're continuing to find texture, temperature, subtle shifts in the breath. And I'd also like you to notice other parts of your body. Feel your shins pressing against your mat. Feel the length in your spine as you sit up nice and tall. And feel your shoulders relax away from your ears. And maybe a word comes to mind to describe this experience right now of being right here. Let's take 5 more breaths together. I'll guide us through them. Breathe in, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Notice your inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Observe your exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 3 more rounds. Breathe in, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 more. Breathe in, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Return to your natural rhythm of breath. And slowly start to blink your eyes open. Use your 5 senses to help you reacquaint with the here and the now. Notice what you see around you, what you feel, what parts of your body are connected to your mat, what you smell, what you hear, what you taste. And bring your palms to your thighs face down if they aren't already. Press the heels of your hands into your thighs. Pull your hands back towards your hip flexors. Look up to the ceiling. Breathe in. Exhale, slide the heels of your hands down your thighs. Bring them all the way towards your knees. Round through your spine. Exhale. Inhale for seated cow. Pull your hands back. Elbows kiss behind you. Exhale, round through your spine. Start to straighten through your arms. Notice the pressure you're applying to your thighs here as you pull your hands back. And observe if that pressure is any different as you press your hands forward. Find a few more rounds here. Again, we're slowly building heat. Round through your spine. Exhale. One more here. Really pull your elbows back past your rib cage. And exhale, round through your spine. Start to interlace your fingers and your palms face away from your chest. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Look at your hands. And exhale, round through your spine. So we're still pulling the heart forwards and backwards here, but we're observing the differences between hands on thighs and arms reaching up towards the ceiling. And a few more rounds here. Connecting your breath to your movement. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, rounding through your spine. One more. Lift your gaze towards the ceiling. And exhale, bring your hands in front of your chest. Now release the interlace of your fingers. Bring your right fingertips down to the earth. Left arm reaches up and overhead, finding a side body stretch. Still pressing down into your bolster with your left glute. You can look up to your left hand. Find an inhale and an exhale. Start to move your upper arm into big circles. Your gaze might follow your fingertips. Notice what it's like for your neck to move in the circular way. Let's reverse the direction of our circles here. Opposite direction for 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, reach your arm overhead one more time. Exhale, switch out your sides. Your left palm presses into your mat. Your right arm reaches up and overhead. Press your right glute down towards your bolster and start to find that windmill motion in your top arm, drawing big circles clockwise and counterclockwise. Knowing that we did the same action on both sides, but you might observe that both shoulder blades feel a little bit different. Both arms might have a different range of motion. Observe without judgment for 3, 2, and 1. Find your side body stretch one more time. Reach your right arm up and overhead. Breathe in. Exhale. Sit up nice and tall. Amazing. From here, let's find a tabletop position. So crawl off of your bolster or your pillow, and you can place it towards the top of the mat. We'll use it a little bit later. All right. We're in hands and knees now. Knees are directly over your hips. Wrists are directly under your shoulders. Drop your belly. Look up to the ceiling. Cow pose. Breathe in. Exhale for cat pose. Press into the mat as you round through your spine. Press your hips forward. Cat pose. So we've done seated cat and cow before. And you might observe a difference between how your spine felt in that seated movement and now in this kneeling movement. Breathe in, drop your belly, look up. Exhale, round through your spine. And find about 3 more here. And as we move, affirm to yourself, I am present through all of my movement and all of my stillness. Find a neutral, long spine. Right arm reaches towards the top of the mat. Inhale. Continue to reach your right arm up to the ceiling. And as you exhale, bring your right arm behind you towards the back of the mat and trace the ground with your fingertips as you shift your hips forward. Reach up. Inhale. Exhale, reach back and down. Observe what it's like for your fingertips to trace the ground here. And for your hips to move forwards and backwards. One more this direction here. Forward, up, inhale. Exhale, back and down. Let's switch the direction. Fingertips reach towards the back of the mat. Sink the hips towards your ankles. Reach your arm up. Exhale, reach your right arm forward. Breathe in, trace the ground, reach back. Exhale, reach up and forward. Let's find that one more time. Reach down and back. And exhale, reach up. Pause here. Spin your chest towards the long edge of your mat, towards the right side of the room. Look up towards your right hand. Notice what it's like to shift your gaze looking up to the ceiling in this way. Breathe in. As you exhale, we'll find thread the needle. Bring your right arm under your left armpit and the right side of your face to the mat. For most of this class up to this point, our lower body's been connected to the mat. Now notice what it's like for your upper body to connect, to press into the ground. Let's find 5 breaths here. Really expanding through your chest on your inhale and melting your heart closer to the mat as you exhale. Find 4 more together. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last 3. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last 2. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1 more. Breathe in. And breathe out. Connect the entirety of your left hand to the mat. It stays under your left shoulder. Right arm reaches up to the ceiling. Find a breath in. On your exhale, we'll find a modified side plank. Swing your left leg behind you towards the left long edge of your mat. Extend your right leg towards the short edge of your mat. It comes to the back. Right arm reaches up and overhead. Observe the length in your right obliques. Feel this beautiful stretch from your heel all the way towards your middle finger. Your gaze can look at your middle finger as well. Imagine that you're breathing into your right rib cage and it's lifting up to the ceiling as you inhale. And as you exhale, everything softens. From here, press your left shin into the mat. Reach your right arm up to the ceiling and your left. Find an inhale. As you exhale, your right hand comes to your right shin. Left hand reaches up and overhead, so a different side body bend. And you can stay here, or you can sway side to side, noticing what it's like to challenge your stability with these sways. And again, there's no judgment here. If it feels wobbly, that's okay. We're noticing, we're observing, and staying present. One more, breathe in. On your exhale, bring both of your hands down to the top of your mat. Come back to your tabletop position. Right knee meets your left. Sway your hips side to side. And if there's any organic movement you'd like to make here, like maybe pressing your hips back towards your ankles and drawing circles with your hips, you could explore that. I am present in all my movement and all of my stillness, whatever that movement is. Take one more breath here. Breathe in and breathe out. Reach your left hand towards the top of your mat, then up towards the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, sit your hips back towards your ankles. Reach your left arm towards the back of the mat. Then sweep your left fingertips on the earth. Reach forward and up. Breathe in. Reach back and down. Exhale. Find about 3 more in this direction, continuing to press your right palm into your mat. One more here, reaching forward and up. Inhale. Back and down. Exhale. Reversing the direction. Reach down and back as you press your hips towards ankles. Inhale. Exhale, reach up and forward. Down and back. Inhale. Up and forward. Exhale. About 2 more here. Amazing. Last one. Reach up and pause. Your chest is now opening to the left side of the room. So we looked over the right shoulder on the other side. Now we're looking over the left. Maybe that experience is different. Maybe it's the same. One more breath in. As you exhale, thread the needle, left arm under, right armpit. Your hips stay lifted over your knees. And we'll come back to that sense of touch. Notice all of the parts of your body connected to your mat. And maybe you observe your breaths here, just like we did in the beginning of class. The expansiveness of your inhale, the way your body softens as you exhale, and the space between each inhale and exhale. One more breath in and out. To exit or thread the needle, press into your right hand, pressing into all 5 finger pads. Reach your left arm up to the ceiling. Deep inhale. As you exhale, find your modified side plank, swiveling your right foot behind you, keeping your right knee grounded to your mat. Left leg extends and your left foot reaches for the back of your mat. Left arm reaches up and overhead. Feel this nice side body stretch. We're enjoying the scenic route, not worrying about how long it'll take us to get to the destination. We're enjoying the windy roads as we inhale. And as we exhale, reach your arms up towards the ceiling on your inhale. For your exhale, left hand grabs for left shin. Right arm reaches up and overhead. Swaying side to side, exploring the scenery. For 3, 2, and 1. Inhale for your gate pose, right arm reaching up and overhead. Exhaling to bring both hands down to the top of your mat, returning to your tabletop position. From here, tuck your toes under, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. You can find organic movements here. Maybe you sway your hips side to side. Maybe you bend into one knee, then the other. Maybe you nod your head yes, shake your head no. And we'll take a moment to observe this experience as well. Noticing the blood flow as it comes to the crown of your head. Noticing all parts of your hands pressing into the mat. Noticing how your hamstrings feel as you lift your hips towards the ceiling. And noticing your expansive breaths, your inhales. And your big exhales. 2 more breaths together here. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1 more breathe in. Breathe out. From here, look to the top of your mat on an inhale. And on an exhale, take teeny, teeny steps to the top of your mat. Start to bring your feet in between your hands. We're finding a forward fold. Your blocks are at the top of your mat. If you'd like, you can bring them under your hands in this forward fold. Notice what it's like for your chest to come toward your thighs here. And for the crown of your head to continue to dangle down towards the mat. You can have a little bend in your knees as we're here. Maybe you sway your upper body side to side. Letting your movement be on purpose or your stillness, whatever you choose. Then from here, we'll roll up to standing. Maybe you trace your shins with your fingertips on the way up. And start to reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Bring your feet a little wider than hip width distance apart and feel all parts of your feet cemented to your mat. Find some wrist circles here, clockwise, counterclockwise. And we'll start to move really through the entire body. So lean your body to the right side of the room. Then come back through your forward fold. Then lean your body to the left and stand up nice and tall. You can stay in this side to side plane, or You can move in a way that doesn't necessarily have a name. But again, even this is on purpose. We're exploring things that feel good here without judgment, without needing it to look a certain way. Let's find about 2 more big circles in this direction, or big whatever they are in this direction. Then start to move the other way, leaning to the left side, finding a forward fold, coming up through the right, and continuing in this plane, or finding something else. Wherever you are, just continue to have your feet cemented to the mat for 3, 2, and 1. Staying present, reach your arms up and overhead as we breathe in. Exhale, forward fold. Remembering that we're present even through our transitions and they have a purpose. Find a halfway lift. Your hands can stay on the mat as you find a long spine. Your hands can come to your blocks or they can come to your thighs. Either way, you have a long line all the way from your lower spine all the way through the crown of your head. Breathe in. Exhale, forward fold. Step your right foot towards the back of the mat. And start to lower your right knee down to the mat as well. Untuck your right toes. Press your right shin into your mat and reach your arms up and overhead. Anjaneyasana, low crescent lunge. Start with your shoulders stacking over your pelvis. If you'd like to stay here, you can. If you want to explore a little hip opening, you can press your hips forward as you bend more generously into your left knee. And feel a nice stretch on your right hip flexor. If you'd also like to explore opening up through the chest, you can reach your arms up towards the ceiling and then start to send your thumbs towards the back of the mat. Let's hold here for about 5 breaths. Observe here. Observe even where your mind wanders to. And once you notice and observe where your mind goes, can you gently bring it back to this moment, to this pose, to this breath? 2 more breaths together. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1 more, breathe in. Exhale, come back to your low lunge, pressing your hips over your right knee. Hands can come to heart center. Inhale. As you exhale, we'll find half split. Start to straighten through your left leg. Maybe you send your left heel forward slightly. Find a micro bend in your left knee. Connect your left heel to the mat. Again, you can have blocks here, elevating the earth to you, bringing things a little bit higher, making them more accessible. Your blocks can be on any height. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. And exhale, think about connecting your chest to your left thigh. Let's be here 3 breaths. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last 2, breathe in. Allow your head to dangle as you breathe out. 1 more, breathe in. Breathe out. Slowly start to lift your chest back up. Bend into your left knee. Tuck your right toes under. Breathe in. Exhale, step your right foot to meet your left. Forward fold. Finding purpose in the pause. Allowing your breath to reset. Then let's do all of that on the other side. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Exhale, step your left foot to the back of the mat. Runner's lunge. Release your left knee to the ground. Untuck your left toes. Reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Anjaneyasana low, crescent lunge. Stay here, or for more hip opening, find a deeper bend in your right knee. Press your hips forward. Observe the differences between keeping your shoulders stacked over your hips and pressing forward. And determine what serves you right now. Another layer, again, you can reach up through your arms and aim to send your thumbs towards the back of your mat. Pause here, 5 breaths, and return to your 5 senses to bring you back to the here and the now. Being present in your stillness. 3 more breaths. And know that you can think about squeezing your inner thighs towards one another to help you with balance here. 1 more breath in and breath out. Slowly start to stack your left hip over left knee. Bring your hands down to blocks or the mat. Straighten through your right leg. Press your right heel into the mat. Inhale, find length in your spine. Exhale, hinge at your hips, fold forward, Ardha Hanuman, half splits. Again, observing the differences between the right and your left side without needing to change anything to make things fit into a box. Just observing. We're taking the scenic route here as a reminder. So just noticing little subtleties along the way. 3 more breaths. Hands can be on blocks if you'd like. Last 2. And last 1. Slowly start to rebend into your right knee. Find your runner's lunge. Once again, tuck your left toes under, lift your left knee, breathe in. Exhale, step your left foot forward to meet your right. Forward fold. From here, press your hands into the mat. Step your right foot back, then your left. Find your plank pose. And we'll lower down all the way to the ground for 5 counts. Know that you can do this while pressing your knees into the earth. We'll bend into our elbows and start to lower down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Untuck your toes. Create a pillow with your hands, one hand on top of the other, then your forehead on top of your top hand. Feel your beating heart against the mat. Again, finding purpose in the pause, regulating your breath. Our first long hold is child's pose. So you can come back through your tabletop position, hands and knees. If you would like, you can grab your bolster from the top of your mat. Bring your knees as wide as your mat. And allow your bolster to come between your knees. And start to hug your bolster, lowering your chest down towards it. Your forehead can connect to your bolster or the side of your face. Let's take a scan of the body here. Can you allow your shoulders to relax a little bit more? Maybe you wiggle out the toes, releasing any tension in your feet. Soften the muscles in your face. Observe your breath and observe the physicality of this posture, the emotions that come up. And allow yourself to sit with whatever comes up for at least 10 more breaths. Staying present even while we're still. Taking the scenic route, opening the windows, letting the air in, really listening to the radio, absorbing the lyrics of your favorite song while it plays. Let's take one more breath together, right here. Breathe in through your nose. Feel your chest press against your bolster. And breathe out. When you are ready, come back through your tabletop position. And again, you can move your bolster back to the top of your mat. Once you've placed your bolster at the top of your mat, grab for your blocks. Place one under each hand. And once you've done that, step your right foot outside of your right hand for lizard lunge. There's a few ways that you can approach this yin hold. Your hands can stay on your blocks, and know that your blocks can be on any height. You can also bring your forearms down to your blocks to deepen this stretch. You also have an option to roll to the outer edge of your right foot to also deepen the stretch here. Wherever you are, think about having one long line from your big toe on your left foot all the way to the crown of your head. And we're observing here as well. Notice if, as we're opening the hips, you're clenching in other parts of the body. Sometimes I notice that I clench in my face or in my shoulders or even my hands. And that might be something you're experiencing right now too. Allow yourself to soften. And regulate your breathing here. Finding long inhales through your nose and even longer exhales through your nose. You might even imagine while you're breathing that when you inhale, you're creating space in your hips. And imagine as you exhale, you're releasing tension. Let's explore 3 more breaths here. Find a breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Notice those textures, temperatures of your breath. Inhale. Exhale. And last one, breathe in. Breathe out. Now, very slowly and very gently, lift your chest away from the ground. Place the sole of your right foot back on the mat if you roll to the outer edge. And slowly press your hips back. Finding purpose in the transition. Coming to a half split variation, straightening through your right leg. Inhale, shift forward back to your lizard. Exhale, shift your hips back. Find this motion a few more times. Observing what this feels like in your body. Maybe it's helping you loosen up any tightness you had in that posture. Maybe something else is coming up for you. Observe without judgment. For 3, 2, 1. Your right knee meets your left. Come back to your tabletop. Maybe you sway your hips side to side. We'll explore that on the left. Left foot steps outside of left hand. Lizard lunge. And we're back to observing. Observing the differences, again, between right and left. Observing what happens on your drive. Option to come down to your forearms, option to use your blocks, option to roll to the outer edge of your left foot. And deepen your breaths here as we hold. Maybe you've observed having slower breaths now than you did when we were moving. Something that you might not have noticed if you were on autopilot. And what else do you notice here? What other sensations in your body or thoughts? 5 more breaths. Last 4. Last 3. Last two. And last one, breathe in. Big breath out. Super slowly. Lift your chest away from the mat. Press your left heel into the mat. And slowly press your hips back, finding your half split variation. Inhale, shift forward to lizard. Exhale, shift back to half splits. For 3, 2, neutralizing the hips. And 1. Amazing. Your left knee meets your right. For our last pose, we'll use all of our props. Grab for your bolster and place it the long way on your mat. Bring your hips down to your mat and bring your hips to connect to your bolster. And place your blocks outside of your knees. We'll find a reclined butterfly variation. So your blocks come under your knees and then slowly start to lie back on your bolster, finding a heart opening posture. So it's supported fish and supported butterfly all at the same time. Your arms can be wide and take up space. And you have options for your palms to face up if you are in a receiving mood, or face down if you want to feel more grounded. In moments of pause, sometimes our minds time travel. Thinking about the past or what comes directly after this class. But I'd like you, for just a few more moments, to come back to your affirmation: I'm present in movement and in stillness. Embodying presence here by noticing sensations in your body, any emotions that come up, and last but not least, observing your breath. Although we're approaching our destination on our scenic route, we'll take these last few moments to observe, observing our surroundings, and tapping into our 5 senses. Letting the windows down, feeling the wind in your hair, noticing all that's around you. We'll slowly find our final few breaths in this pose. Breathe in through your nose. Breathe out through your mouth. Let's do that 2 more times. Breathe in through your nose. Breathe out through your mouth. Last one, most expansive breath yet. Breathe in through your nose. And let out a sigh of release. We'll slowly come out of this pose. First, wiggle your fingers and toes. And you can bring your hands to the outsides of your legs and gently press your hands into your legs to guide them to close. You can place your blocks away from you, anywhere you'd like, and roll off of your bolster. I'm rolling off to my right side. Creating a pillow for myself with my right arm, bending into my knees. And maybe you do the same. Your eyes might be closed. Your eyelids might be softened. Taking one breath here and through your nose. And out through your mouth. Guide yourself into a seat. You can use your left hand to press your way up into any seat of your choice. And if you'd like, join me in sweeping your arms up and overhead and bring your palms to touch. Then your thumbs graze your forehead as a reminder to think kind, positive, grateful, self-affirming thoughts. Your thumbs to your lips as a reminder to speak kind, positive, grateful, self-affirming words. And your thumbs rest at heart center as a reminder to let these thoughts and words resonate with you and inspire your daily actions. Thank you for taking the scenic route with me. Have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Namaste.